Hello students, myself Hardik Patel from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In today's session, we are going to discuss the roots of a complex number. Now first of all, for a roots of a complex number, suppose you have z is raised to n is equal to x plus iy. Then you will have z is equal to x plus iy raised to 1 upon n. Now I am going to write this in a polar form. So z will be r cos theta plus I sin theta whole raised to 1 by n. And if you are separating them, then you will get r raised to 1 by n into cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 1 by n. Now we are going to replace theta by 2k pi plus theta. We are replacing this with a general argument. Okay, so z will be r raised to 1 upon n cos 2k pi plus theta plus I sin 2k pi plus theta raised to 1 by n. And by De Morgan's theorem, this power will be in the multiplication of angle. So you will get z is equal to r raised to 1 upon n cos 2k pi plus theta upon n plus I sin 2k pi plus theta upon n. Okay. Here the value of k is going to be run from 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. Okay. Then after if you are going to put n, then the value is going to be repeat. Okay. So if you here what we are going to do, the value of k's are this. If you are going to put k is equal to 0, then you will get first root, k is equal to 1, you will get second root, k is equal to 2, third root, and continuing so on. You will get n minus 1 root. So basically total 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. So totally you have n different roots. Then see, find the fifth root of root 3 minus I. So solution you are starting with, then z is equal to fifth root of, okay. So first of all what we are going to do, we are going to write down x is equal to minus root 3, y is equal to 1, and that will give you r is equal to 2 under root of 3 plus 1, x square plus y square, that is 2. Theta is equal to tan inverse of y by x, that is tan inverse of 1 upon minus root 3, again second quadrant, so pi minus tan inverse 1 by 3, that is pi by 6, and that will give you 5 pi by 6. Done. So z is equal to 2 into cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. But you have to find out the nth root. So what we are going to do, we are going to replace the argument with the general argument. So here we are replacing it with cos 2k pi plus pi by 6 plus I sin 2k pi plus pi by 6 whole raised to 1 upon 5. Then, and this will give you 2 raised to 1 by 5 into cos, if you are taking LCM, then you will have 12k pi plus pi upon 30 plus I sin 12k pi plus pi upon 30. And if you are writing in the form of cis, then also it is okay. So if you are putting n is equal to k is equal to 0, k is equal to 0, so that will give you z0 is equal to 2 raised to 1 by 5 cos pi by 30, or I am going to write in short form cis pi by 30. Okay. Same manner you are going to put k is equal to 1, so z1 is going to be a 2 raised to 1 by 5 into cis 13 pi by 30. Then k is equal to 2, then you will get z2 is equal to 2 raised to 1 by 5 into cis 25 pi by 30, that is 4 pi by 5. Okay. K is equal to 3, so Z3, that is 2 raised to 1 by 5, C is 3, so 12 is 37, 5 by 30, okay, and the last one, Z4, K is equal to 4, and that will be a 2 raised to 1 by 5 into 6, 49, 5 by 30, okay. So these are the 5 roots of complex number. Same manner, you have solved the equation and locate the roots in Argand diagram. Now this one is very important example. Z raised to 4 is minus 1. Now minus 1 I am going to write in the polar form. Then this is a cos pi plus I sin pi. R is 1 and theta is pi. Then so you have to replace theta by my 2k pi plus theta. So I am going to write this is cis pi and that will be a cis 2k pi plus pi. So Z will be cis 2k pi plus pi whole raised to 1 by 4, and that using De Moivre's theorem that will give you cis 2k pi plus pi upon 4. Now here k is running from 0, 1, 2 and 3. So k is equal to 0, so that will give you Z0. Z0 is equal to cis pi by 4, that is cos pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4. Cos pi by 4 1 upon root 2, sin pi by 4 1 upon root 2. So you will get 1 by root 2 plus I into 1 by root 2. K is 1, then you will get cis 3 pi by 4. So cos 3 pi by 4 plus I sin 3 pi by 4. So cos is negative in the second quadrant, so minus 1 by 2 plus I into 1 by root 2. K is equal to 2, then Z2 will be cis 5 pi by 4, and that will be a cos 5 pi by 4 plus I sin 5 pi by 4, that is minus 1 upon root 2 minus I into 1 upon root 2. And the last one, K is equal to 3. So you will get Z3 is equal to cis 3 to the 6, 7 pi by 4. So cos 7 pi by 4 plus I sin 7 pi by 4. But cos 7 pi by 4 is 1 upon root 2. Sin 7 pi by 4 is minus 1 upon root 2. And you have to draw this on Argand diagram. That means you have to draw all 4 roots. Now it is very easy to draw them. If you are not finding the values, then also you can draw it on Argand diagram. First you have a radius 1. So draw the circle having radius 1. First angle is pi by 4. That means here you have pi by 4. So this point is your Z0. This angle is pi by 4. Same manner 3 pi by 4. So this point is your Z1. Same manner 5 pi by 4, Z2. Same manner 7 pi by 4 is Z3. Okay. This point is your 1 plus I upon root 2. This one is 1 minus I upon root 2. Sorry, minus 1 plus I upon root 2. This one is minus 1 minus I upon root 2. And this one is 1 minus I upon root 2. Okay. Simply you have to calculate, you have to draw the line having angle, whatever the angle here we have. Here pi by 4 has a known value, that's why we have written these values. Otherwise, no need to write this value. Simply write down Z0, Z1, Z2, Z3 and whatever. Okay. Now, find the cube root of unity and show that this is equal to 0 if omega is other than 1. Then, now first of all, let Z cube is equal to 1. That means you have cos 0 plus I sin 0. And that will give you cis 0 basically. But you have to replace angle by general angle. So 2k pi plus 0, that means cis 2k pi. So Z is going to be a cis 2k pi raised to 1 by 3. And that will give you cis 2k pi by 3. So Z0 will be cis 0 and that will be a 1. Z1 is cis 2 pi by 3 and that will be a cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3. So it will be cos 2 pi by 3 has a value 1 upon 2, sin 2 pi by 3 has a value 1 root 3 by 2. Okay. So you will have this and I am going to say this is omega. Then Z2 is cis 4 pi by 3 and it is nothing but it is cos 4 pi by 3 plus I sin 4 pi by 3. And if you are simply checking that, then this is nothing but it is a Z1 square, cis whole square, that is 4 pi by 3. So cos 4 pi by 3 is minus 1 upon 2 and sin 4 pi by 3, sorry, cos 4 pi by 3 will be 1. Here we have written the constant. Cos 2 pi by 3 is minus, sin 2 pi by 3 is plus. And this one is this. And this is nothing but this is your omega square. Check it out. Okay. So if you are writing 1 plus omega square, and if you are saying this is omega, then this will be omega square. Okay. Then 1 minus 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2 minus I root 3 by 2. Okay. In a fourth quadrant, pi plus pi by 3. Pi plus pi by 3 is a third quadrant, so these both are going to be negative. Then, and that will give you the answer. Root 3 by 2 cancel out. 1 by minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 is 1, so the answer will be 0. Okay. Now, solve this type of equation. So here I am going to pair them. First z raised to 4 common out from first 2. So from this 2 and this 2. And here 1 is common out. So you have two factors, z raised to 4 plus 1 and z cube plus 1. And that will give you z raised to 4 is equal to minus 1 or z raised to 3 is equal to minus 1. So this is going to be a cis pi. Same manner this is also the cis pi. But we are replacing angle by general angle. So cis 2k pi plus pi and z cube is also equal to cis 2k pi plus pi. So this will give you z is equal to cis 2k pi plus pi by 4 because raised to 1 by 2 will be in the multiplication of angle. Same manner 2k pi plus pi whole by 3. Here k will be 0, 1, 2 and 3. Here k will be 0, 1 and 2. Right? Now, first we are going to put k is equal to 0. So cis 0. So cis pi by 4. That is 1 by root 2 plus I by root 2. Z1 that will be a cis 3 pi by 4, and that will be a minus 1 by root 2 plus I by root 2. Z2, that will be a 6 5 pi by 4, and that is nothing but minus 1 by root 2 minus I by root 2, and Z3 will be 6 7 pi by 4, that will be a 1 by root 2 minus I by root 2. So Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4. Now Z5 is obtained from this one. K is equal to 0, that will be a 6 pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2. Sin pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. Z6 is cos 3 pi by 3, that is cos 6 pi, and that will be a minus 2. Okay, and Z7, that will be a, if you are going to put Z is equal to 7, then you will get, put the value, what we will have. So we will have 6 5 pi by 3, that is pi plus pi by 3. Cos pi plus theta is minus cos theta, so minus, sorry, pi minus 2 pi minus pi by 3. 2 pi minus theta is cos theta, so in fourth quadrant cos pi by 3 is positive and sin pi by 3 is negative. So these are the roots of this equation. Well, now if you have any equation like this and you have to solve this, then this is a quadratic equation and we have to solve this quadratic equation. So there are two methods to solve this. So you have to solve this equation. So we are starting with z is equal to minus b. So plus minus minus plus under root b square. So it is 5 plus I the whole square minus 4 into a is 1 into c is 8 plus I divided by 2 into 1. That means 5 plus I plus or minus under root of 25 plus 10I minus 1 minus 32 minus 4I divided by 2. So you have 5 plus I plus or minus under root of 33. 25 minus 33 is minus 8, and 10 minus 4, that is minus 6I upon 2. Now here you have to adjust the terms. And how to adjust the terms? You have to write down this as a difference of whole square such that this middle term is going to be adjusted out. So minus 8 we are going to write it as a 1 minus 9. Okay? 1 minus 9. That means 1 square minus 3 square. So minus 8 minus 6I, that will be a 1 minus 6I minus 9. So that is basically 1 minus 6I plus 3I the whole square. Done? So we are going to write this as under root of 1 minus 6I plus 3I the whole square plus 3I the whole square divided by 2. So this is going to be a 1 minus 3I the whole square. Okay. So if you are writing 1 minus 3I the whole square, then the square root will be 5 plus I plus or minus 1 minus 3I by 2. So if you are finding the Z1, then it is 5 plus I plus 1 minus 3I by 2. And if you are finding Z2, then 5 plus I minus 1 minus minus plus 3I by 2. and that will give you z1 is equal to 6 minus 2i by 2, that means 3 minus I, and z2 is equal to 4 minus 2, sorry, plus 4i by 2, and that will be a z2 is equal to 2 plus 2i. So these two are the roots of z1 and z2 are the roots of this equation. Here, in case of under root, you have to adjust the term and you have to make it a whole square. This is the method. Then, or you can use the method to find the square root. Now, the formula to find the square root of any number z is equal to plus or minus under root of mod z plus x divided by 2 plus I into sine of y into under root of mod z minus x divided by 2. Now, in above sum, we had find the square root of under root of minus 8 minus 6i. Correct? So, mod of z, that will be a 8 square 64 plus 6 square 36, that means 100, and square root of 100, that will be a 10. So, mod z will be a 10 here. So, if you are finding the square root, then the mod z will have value 10. So, plus or minus break into under root 10 x, that is real part, has a value 8 minus 8 by 2 plus I into sine of y. So, sine of y, that means sine of the coefficient of I, it is negative, so minus 1, and under root of again mod z 10 minus minus plus 8 by 2, and that will give you plus or minus here 2 by 2, that is 1, minus I into 18 by 2 square root of 9, that is 3. So 1 minus 3i plus or minus, correct? So you can put that value directly here, 1 minus 3i, and that will give you the answer. Here plus or minus we have already written for the square root, that's why no need to write it again. Okay? So these are the methods which we have covered in today's session. If you have any doubt or any query regarding these topics, then please feel free to contact me. Thank you so much.